you ever turn on the TV and see a college football or basketball game? Do you ever wonder what it's like to be one of those athletes? Well, today I'm here to tell you what it's truly like to be an NCAA athlete. Last year, the NCAA released a video showing what it's like to be one of their athletes. Oh no.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Their representation of being a college athlete fails to represent the hardships a college athlete faces every day. Their video received a lot of negative backlash, including the response from a former D1 athlete. This video accurately shows the struggles a college athlete encounters daily, including being late to classes, barely having time between classes, and early workout times. In a previous survey conducted, most of you said that the college athletics was important to you. However, you also said that college athletes should not be compensated beyond their scholarships. Today, I am here to persuade you on how college athletes should be compensated for the amount of revenue they bring into their colleges. Being a college athlete the past 2 years, I understand how hard it is to keep up with the amount of work given to you. I have also researched the amount of income college athletes bring into their colleges. Today I'm going to share my experiences and the research I have found with you. First, I will talk about the demanding schedules given to the athletes. Second, I will talk about the revenue that they bring in. And third, I will explain to you why they should be paid. So now let's focus on the issues that arise from challenging schedules. Being a student athlete, you have to balance both your athletics and your academics. Being a student always comes first, though, which can be extremely difficult. From my personal experience, I know that in season I have oftentimes failed classes or been forced to withdraw with them. Many athletes also encounter these failures. They also are sometimes required to take easier classes so that they maintain their eligibility. Being an athlete their athletic schedules are just as difficult. The NCAA did a survey in 2011 showing that the athletes averaged 30 hours per week on their sports. This included their games, practices, workouts, film time, and etc. The University of Florida released a new schedule of their football team in 2015. This included a 15-hour day with only 30 minutes between each activity. In 2014, the NCAA limited the hours the athletes were allowed to have at practice each day. So now that we have talked about the two hardships that college athletes face daily, let's talk about the revenue they bring into their schools. In 2018, Business Insider did a research. They found that the University of Louisville brings in over $45.6 million in athletics alone. D1 basketballs bring in $4.5 million annually. We all know of the March Madness tournament, which is one of the most watched basketball tournaments ever. It brings in millions of views each year. CNN did a report in 2019 that reported that the NCAA March Madness tournament produced over $800 million, which is enough to fund the entire double NCAA. So now you may ask why the athletes should get paid. The athletes have no time to work. They have no money. Being a student athlete is a full-time job working over 30 hours. From my personal experience, I understand that it is impossible to work while being an athlete. You have to choose between the sport you love and the bills you have to pay. In the NCAA handbook, it is written that it is prohibited for athletes to work while in school. However, during the summer, they are able to work, but they must receive permission from both the coach and the school. Former Texas Longhorn softball star Alexis Garcia was an NCAA athlete. She reported in an interview that the NCAA is an all-cost tuition, meaning this only covers her tuition, room and board, and books. Alexis Garcia was forced to return or decline her academic scholarships. While this may not seem like a big deal to you, she could have used the extra money to pay for food, products, or just the essential needs that a college athlete needs. So now is the time to act. I'm urging the NCAA to pay their athletes for the higher revenue they bring into the colleges. They spend over 30 hours on their sport. They have to study and maintain their eligibility. The colleges make millions off of athletics alone. However, the athletes receive none of this. The athletes have no source of income, leaving them without the basic needs they need. Being a student athlete, this will be helpful to those everywhere, especially those who are not making ends meet. Student athletes everywhere will be forever grateful if this happens.